22 for Brooke Lopez. Nets stack up by 10. 2 minutes to go in the fourth.
Chris Carino, the call. Nets radio. They hold off Atlanta 91-83 to get that series back to 2-1. Atlanta still leading at 2-1. Brooke Lopez led the Nets. He had 22 points and 13 rebounds. End of the first half in Milwaukee. Bucks led most of the way, but now they and the Bulls tied at 50. Bulls with a 3-0 series lead on the Bucks, trying to wrap up that series. 8 p.m. Eastern, it's the Warriors and Pelicans. Golden State looking for the sweep there. Game 3 between the Blazers and Grizzlies in Portland tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Memphis leading that series 2-0. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Islanders extend their stay on Long Island by another day, beating the Capitals 3-1. They'll play a winner-take-all 7th game in the nation's capital on Monday night. Red Wings and Lightning on NBCSN. End of the first period with the Red Wings on top of the Lightning by a score of 1-0. Red Wings and Lightning, I should say, tied at 2 games apiece there. 8 p.m. Eastern, Blackhawks try to eliminate the Predators, leading that series 3-2. Flames try to do the same with the Canucks, leading the series 3-2. Baseball, Royals and White Sox, while their game on Friday night was suspended, and suspensions were handed down today by Major League Baseball, the big ones go to KC pitcher Yordano Ventura. He gets a 7-game ban, 5 games for Edison Volquez. That for their roles in a fight, a benches-clearing brawl with the White Sox. This is NBC Sports Radio.
From the KCAA Weather Center, I'm Dave Mers. This afternoon, we see clouds, some peaks of sun, maybe a stray shower, 60. Into your evening, a couple of showers, 52. Tomorrow, sunshine to end your weekend, 75. Monday, more sun and warmer, the high, 85. That's your weather forecast for this hour from the station that leaves no listener behind. NBC News Radio, AM 1050, KCAA.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-643-9406. That's 1-800-643-9406. Again, 1-800-643-9406. Call now.
This is KCAA.
This is Scientific American 60-Second Science. I'm Cynthia Graber. Got a minute? Early farming began in the Near East about 10,500 years ago. Farming first reached the Balkans in Europe some 8,000 to 9,000 years ago and then crept westward. Locals in Britain, separated from the mainland by the relatively newly formed English Channel, did not start farming until about 6,000 years ago. But an analysis of sediment from a submerged British archaeological site called Boldner Cliff found something unexpected.
Amongst our Boldner Cliff samples, we found ancient DNA evidence of wheat at the site, which was not seen in mainland Britain for another 2,000 years.
That's Robin Allaby of the University of Warwick.
However, wheat was already being grown in southern Europe. This is incredibly exciting because it means Boldner's inhabitants were not as isolated as previously thought. In fact, they were in touch, one way or another, with more advanced Neolithic farming communities in southern Europe.
The work by Allaby and colleagues is in the journal Science. The researchers showed that the wheat remains are genetically more similar to Near Eastern domesticated wheat than to local distant cousins, and they found no evidence of pollen, meaning that the wheat was almost certainly imported. In an accompanying perspectives piece in the journal, archaeologist Gregor Larson of Durham University writes that the findings show that DNA analysis can help scientists tease out details about the historical movement of plants and animal species. Thanks for the minute. For Scientific American 60-Second Science, I'm Cynthia Graber.
Listen to KCAA Loma Linda for less confrontation and more information.
You just entered the Gotcha Zone. Eilon up to the start line and get ready to race with your host, Joe Britt. It's time for Gotcha Racing, live on KCAA 1050.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and get ready for an action-packed, fun-filled hour of everything a motorhead ever loved or lived. Gotcha Racing with Joe Britt. Welcome to Gotcha Racing. This is Joe Britt. Welcome, race fans. Welcome to Gotcha Racing Live with your host, me, Joe Britt. I'm at the helm, and I will be driving around the track just as quickly as I possibly can with the octane that I have in my field. Well, let's start this program off by saying, like I always say, I come to you a humble man that is a reflection of God's grace and greatness, a humble man that is standing on shoulders of ancestors. Hello, America. Look alive, California. Wake up, San Bernardino. Stand up and be counted Inland Empire. This is your host, coming to you loud and strong and clear from the desert to the sea, broadcasting on the powerful KCAA Radio 1050 AM. Well, you know, at about this time, I always talk about how great weather we have in California, you know, and I'm always rubbing it into the guys on the East Coast. Well, today is not going to be one of those days. It's gloomy. It's raining. It doesn't know if it wants a thunder shower or not. It's just not a good day. But on the good side, we need a healthy downpour of rain because we are suffering right now without water. So if we can have just a quarter of the amount of water that hit Noah back in the day, we might be okay. But anyway, let me continue. I always do a little house cleaning about this time, so let me start getting my broom and my dustpan and doing some house cleaning. For all you listeners out there in listening land, listen, you want to call and talk to me? The number is 888-909-1050, okay? That's a long-distance number. And the local number is 909-888-5222 or 5224. Okay. Now, for you that are just perusing your automobiles or you're on one of those nice dates somewhere, you know, and you have your smartphone or your cell phone, hey, guess what? You can listen to me run my mouth too. And here's the number for that, 832-909-1050. That is 832-909-1050. Now, you're wondering, well, you know, we heard something real cool a couple of weeks ago that he was talking about. How can we get to that, you know? Well, everything's podcast. We're in a digital age here, okay? So if you were to get on the internet and go to KCAAradio.com and go to yours truly, which I am on the Saturdays lineup, and of course, you would find the show, Gotcha Racing Live. You see me there with my nice Ray-Bans on, looking like $1 million, even though I only have 2 cents in my pocket. But nevertheless, you'll see podcasts under it. Okay, hit the podcast and all the shows will pop up, okay? And pick and choose. Get what you want, you know? You want to hear this? Get that. You want to hear that? And get that one. So it's all there in living color. Now, we also can be found on Facebook, okay? And we're under Gotcha Racing, Facebook. If you want to go to see some of the shows that Gotcha Racing TV, which is our sister company, has produced, and go to YouTube and just put in Gotcha Racing, and we got maybe 100 or so shows for you to look at, and from drifting to SEMA to all types of events that we've been doing over the years, okay? To email me, say, look, I want some of those cool stickers you got, Joe, and what else you got coming? Now, I also want to stomp Raul's butt, okay? Now, Raul is our master mechanic that calls every other week or so, and we need some of you good folks out there to give me some harder questions for this guy. So far, he's been skating through with ease. Now, I want to stump him so bad. So you guys, put your thinking caps on, okay? And look at your vehicles and find out and just wonder what can improve this, improve that, or if there's a problem, then let's stump this guy, okay? All right. You want to find out about us? Just gotcharacing.com. Right. Now, also, my email address is jbritt, BRITT, grtv.kcaa@gmail.com. And our business email is grtv, that stands for Gotcha Racing TV.media@gmail.com for you Gotcha Racing fans out there. Okay, today we got a good lineup today, okay? Now, last week I Skyped the show in from the Long Beach Grand Prix. Pretty cool. The weather was absolutely on point, as some people would say. It was really cool. You know, it was nice. It was warm. Everybody was happy. You could smell octane in the air. You can smell rubber in the air, and you can hear those V10s just cooking away on that track. Oh man, you know it's a musclehead's dream to go to a Long Beach Grand Prix. You know, when they first opened the doors some 25 years ago, I didn't get a chance to get on the track, but what I did, I was bootlegging shirts. I have a t-shirt company, and I put out a bunch of shirts, and I was on the corner. It's just, but that was the day. Now you can't do that, okay? Oh, they make it hard on you big time. You might even get popped in the head or something like that. So, no, you got to be very careful. For you entrepreneurs out there, an event like this has been going on for 25 years. Yeah, they got cops on every corner, and they're making sure you can't come into Long Beach without giving them their fair share and come out with a king's ransom. You can't do that no more. But back in the day, that's what we did. And that's a little bit of history. So, at the Long Beach Grand Prix, let me tell you what. I interviewed some guys that I haven't talked to in years, and I really, it's a privilege and it's an honor to get on an environment and talk and meet with the guys that you've had 10, 12 years relationships with. You know, I wanted to get to the track itself, but I tell you, I only have about I got about 50 minutes to run my mouth on the show, right? So from getting from here to there, I got stopped like every 15 steps. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. What's going on? I had to tell them my history and what's going on now. They wanted to do catch up. So I didn't really get a chance to put the mic at the track, but you probably wouldn't have heard me anyway, but because of all the noise and whatnot. But I wanted to get with the fans out there and ask them a thing or two. But man, time flies when you're having fun. It really and truly does. So I Skyped that show from, I think we were on the air from 3:45 until right after 5 o'clock, I think it was. And that was nonstop. The phone stayed on not 24/7, but it stayed on for that amount of time. But anyway, okay, we had a lot of fun last weekend and a lot of contacts, and a lot of guys will be coming to hear Gotcha Racing Live within the next couple of weeks or so. Business people, entrepreneurs, racers, sponsors, manufacturers. So I got it lined up pretty good. Well, I'm kind of happy about me being there. So, at the Long Beach Grand Prix, they did some changes. Who are they? IndyCar. They mandated some changes for Chevy and Hondas. IndyCar mandated changes to the new Chevy and the Honda Aero kits for that particular weekend, which was last weekend at the Long Beach Grand Prix. And it's to reduce the amount of debris that is flying off the cars, You got to give it up to these guys. You got to say thumbs up, man. You guys are really concerned about the people that are paying for this to go on, the spectators. Because I tell you, at those speeds, all it would take is something to break away from one of those high cars, and with the wind, and you know what? You can have a concussion. It could cut you up really bad. So they are mandating this, and believe it or not, we had no incidences at the racetrack at all. Well, not that I heard anyway. Okay, so who won Indy? Let's see. Oh, Scott Dixon won. I'll be darned. Scott Dixon never won there before, and this is his first win at the Long Beach Grand Prix. Get up, Scott. Good for you, man. Good for you. I know you've been in the hunt, but now you finally got one in your own bucket list, huh? That was on your bucket list. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Well, let's see what happened to him. Now, in the middle of the race, around lap 46, he overtook Helio, okay? And he never looked back. He stayed in first position. And then, let's see, Juan Pablo Montoya, well, I haven't heard him in a while. He came in third. So, very exciting race. There's nothing like seeing these high-priced vehicles with their high-priced drivers and their high-priced teams and their sponsors shelling out all that money. There is nothing more exciting than that. Oh, maybe the girls, huh? All that eye candy walking around and the umbrella girls and whatnot. You know what? Racing's in my blood. I swear it is. I would rather do that than just about anything. Well, of course, you got to put my family first. But other than that, I love racing if it's legit, okay? And you know, so that brings me to this. And I said legit, okay? That means on the track, okay? Listen, you know I've been harping and running my mouth for the past, 2-3 months or so about the street racing that's going in California. It's not only here. I mean, every major city has street racing. You know, you got cars, you got vendors, you have manufacturers that are putting together speed accessories for your automobile. And you want to go fast, and I know you do, because it's just in the blood of a man to hear that rumble in his back and see what he or she can do with that particular vehicle. Okay, we were raised that way in America, but you got to draw the line, folks, and you got to draw the line when it comes to the street racing. I don't know if you heard a couple of weeks ago, they had a big sting street racing. No, they cracked down big time. So it was a joint collaboration and a massive crackdown in South Central LA. They arrested, listen to this, 44 people. And they gave out more than 200 citations, okay? And they towed over a dozen vehicles. That's a lot of money, folks. I don't care how you look at it. 200 people, I have no idea what you got. But you were a spectator, and you can't be spectating on an illegal race. So whatever ticket you got, you've earned it. I know it's. You guys are saying, "Oh, Joe, shut up," but you did earn it. Okay, so you wear it with a badge of honor, because I have been telling you these guys are cracking down because all the street racers, especially the ones who have no skill, are out there and they're hurting folks. Okay, Paul Walker, remember that? Now he wasn't street racing, but the guy got off on that Porsche and it was downhill from there. So just imagine if he did not do that and show off, you know, and that was only a good under 30 seconds with that power at the wheel. Boom, he was done, you know. Great actor. Love his work. But, hey, you pay. You play, you pay, you know. Love the guy. And the new movie, you know what? And that's probably what got all these kids going street racing wise because of the Fast and Furious movie. Isn't that weird? You see that and you go, oh my God, my car can do the same thing. Let me do that. Listen, folks, let's do that on a track. If you want to do it on an eighth of a mile track, do it. You want to do it on a quarter of a mile track, do it, but not in the streets, okay? And the police and the police and Highway Patrolmen, they will get you. And they would get your car, and they would crush your car, take everything off of it. So the Highway Patrolman and the Sheriff's Department and the local police, they are not playing. So I'm always running my mouth, trying to tell you, and we are trying our best to, in the Inland Empire, to get these tracks opened. Okay. Well, guess what? China has a new supercar. China. The land of duplication, okay? So these guys never do anything original, right? They'll get something to take a photograph with it. Next thing you know, they've duplicated it and they have improved it. But they have a new car out. China does. And it's pretty nice looking, actually. You know? But the thing that caught my eye about this, it's electric. Oh, Wow, no kidding. An electric supercar. Okay. It's called the Quantu K50. That's a weird name, but nevertheless, it's a beautiful looking car. Now, what does it do? What does this K50 do? Let's see. It'll do. It has 408 horsepower, and from 0 to 62 in 5 seconds. Not bad. Not bad at all. All that power goes directly to those back wheels, and you're off and running. Let's see. The body's carbon fiber, of course. Okay. And on one single charge, it'll get 124 miles. That's not bad. That's not bad. So what's the cost of this supercar? It's kind of cheap, actually. $113,000. Not bad. The only problem I would have with that is the batteries, okay? How long will the batteries last before they deplete completely and you have to change the batteries? And then what do you do with them? The landfills will want to take them. So that's the only problem I have. And then since this car is in China, how difficult would it be to get it serviced? I got to put it back on the boat, send it back over there, and wait about 10 months or so before it comes over here. Nevertheless, beautiful car. Okay, so we have our man in the streets on the line. Okay, but before that, JP, let's go to a commercial break, and then we'll come back with the Road Warrior, Chris.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about a thing, pretty lady. You're in good hands with J&K Auto Body Paint and Repair. J&K Auto Body has been serving the Rialto area for years and are considered to be one of the oldest and the best auto body shops in town. The right people with the right tools and the right experience that can give you the service and the quality that you expect. 24 hours, 7 day a week towing is available. That's J&K Auto Body, 241 South Palm Avenue, Rialto, California, across the street from the Metrolink station. Call us at 909-875-0400, 909-875-0400. That's 909-875-0400.
E-Digits. Lock 'em in for more information, recreation, and guaranteed fun. KCAA 1050 AM.
All right, so we are back. This is your host, Joe Britt, and our show is called Gotcha Racing Live, and we're here every Saturday at 4 o'clock p.m., and we're sharp. We're here. I usually get here about 3 o'clock and do some reading and go over the racing news, what's up and what's new and exciting, and then I try to regurgitate what I have read. Now, without further ado, we have our Road Warrior. This particular young man, he's all about motorcycles, and he knows from the tailpipe to the front tire what's going on in the motorcycle community. Chris, are you on the line?
So how you doing?
You know what, man? I'm above ground, even though it's kind of gloomy.
There you go.
Kind of gloomy outside.
I got to correct you. I got to correct you slightly on that.
You hear that? You hear that? That's
sure
that's
young. I'm not.
Okay, listen. Yeah, you are. That's our that was our delayed effect. Okay, that's why I appreciate you, man.
Right. Always appreciate it.
But that's my my partner over there, the engineer JP. He does a heck of a job for me on Saturdays. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, he does.
Okay, brother, what you got going, man?
Hey, you know how my motorcycle roots kind of took hold in my youth. It was off-roading and dirt biking and whatnot. So I figured I'd just, touch base a little bit back on that and those things that inspired me and made me just really grasp onto the motorcycling world as a whole. And, I was about, we'll say in the early 70s, if not on 70, when I started out riding and really got interested right away in different aspects of it. And I saw a biking event called Reserve Trials, or just referred to as Trials Riding.
Well, hold on a minute.
And
Wait, Chris.
These guys,
Chris, hold on a minute. Did you say you were in your 70s?
No. I'm saying in 1970.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead, dude.
Well, yeah. Not quite there yet. Don't rush me, man. But back to trials writing, I see these guys, and I'd have to say that the best way to describe it is almost a cross between a magician on a motorcycle and a scientist. Because what these guys can do on two wheels is amazing. And in trying to learn that technique of writing, it drastically enhances writing skills in every aspect of what you choose to do, whether it be on the road, whether it be enduros, motocross, anything. To be able to take a motorcycle, well, not just over obstacles, but in the very fundamentals of just learning how to come to a complete standstill without putting your feet down and continuing again, is an absolute great balancing skill. Now let me explain what observed trials is. It's kind of like golf on motorcycles. Low score wins. They set up different sections off-road in rocks, sand, mud, ditches, hills, you name it, they'll lay it out. And what a writer has to do is go through this section that has been plotted out, this course, and do it with the minimal number of putting his feet down, if at all, throughout the course. Now, each piece of the course is
okay. We have. Did I lose you? Is it still on the line? Chris, if you can hear me, get somewhere where you're, where the signal's a lot better. I don't know where you are, dude. Oh, we lost him and he hung up. Well, let's see. Hopefully he'll call back. What I want to get with him and see, he's talking about the off-road motorcycles and dirt bikes. I mean, I was a racer, an amateur racer back eons ago, and my little Honda that I was riding, a little 175, that was pretty cool. I mean, the wheelies and the over the hills and just tearing up on the dirt, and I really enjoyed that. We were in Dominguez Hills, and that's on the, let's see, right before Carson. No, actually, that is in Carson, south of Compton, and I believe it was the 91 freeway. And at that time, the 91 freeway was not as large as it is now. It was just like a two-lane, very small. But on the south side of the 91 freeway in Dominguez Hills, we used to do our dirt bike riding, and that was so cool back in the day. But I'm going, man, what was I? 15, 16, and on a 175 Honda that was dedicated to off-road. That was pretty cool back in the day. I really enjoyed that. And then the racing community, the guys that would come out on the Saturdays and do that, it was like one big family. It wasn't any of this garbage going on right now about, I hate you, this and that. No. It seems like when you get with a community of like-minded individuals, you have a heck of a good time. So, we got him back, huh? Hey, are you on the line?
There you are. When did I drop off? At what point?
About 15 minutes ago, man. I don't know.
Oh
no. You were just talking about the guys that were preparing themselves to do this the road dirt bike racing. Well, the what do you call that? These guys are
trials, right?
Yeah, trials, right.
There you go.
Okay.
Trying to figure where I was at so I don't repeat myself again here.
It's okay. Just roll with it. Let's go. Let's roll with it, dude.
Okay. So anyway, the course itself is laid out like a golf course. I don't know if you heard that part of it, where they ride through a section and without trying to put their feet down, and If you put their foot down, they lose a point, 2 feet, 3 points, fall off your motorcycle, 5 points. And at the end of the day, they get through this whole section, this whole course, and he who has the lowest score wins, just like playing golf. And learning those skills really enhance riding on any other surface in the world, being able to come to a complete stop, do circles with your handlebars in a full lock on hard ground, soft ground, and mud. The balancing and the ability to learn what your motorcycle can and can't do is almost invaluable to any other riding sport with motorcycles.
So Chris, are they doing the time trials today? I mean, right now, 2015, still going on?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's events going on. And like I said, also if you got a couple of guys that come with the same score at the end of the day, then you look at the overall time. That took them to ride through these sections, these courses. They're not very big sections, but it might only take them 2 or 3 minutes to get through the whole section, and then you might have 20 sections that you ride 2 or 3 times over. And these are going on today. Oh yeah, Lucerne Valley is a place where they have occasional competitions.
Where was that again, Chris? I didn't hear that. Where was that again?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Lucerne Valley.
Lucerne Valley. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Lucerne Valley is one of the closest locations where they do this particular type of competition. There's a stand of rocks out that way that are pretty popular with the guys that like to, like rock crawling in a vehicle.
Now these guys,
on a motorcycle.
Chris, these guys are they riding bull tacos? These the bikes that are made for climbing.
They are riding bull tacos or the bikes back in the day. I don't know if they're even still manufactured.
Really?
Gas is a manufacturer.
Old school. You gone? Okay.
That is a vintage bike. Montesa makes one. But basically, you can do this on any motorcycle that you feel comfortable doing, and if you even practice on these skills, no matter on what you're riding.
Well, I can't see you doing
motocross bike or whatever.
Hold on a minute. I cannot see you doing on that big, gigantic Gold Wing that you got in the garage. Okay.
Okay. Well, let me back up here a little bit. Not on any motorcycle, but type of motorcycle.
Okay. I got you.
Let's say a motocross specific or a dual sport bike, an enduro, which would be similar to dual sport. But on a street bike, you can still even practice just coming to a stop and balance and then start again, and even a slow turn. And this is just even sitting on your seat without having to be up on the pegs as you would be on an off-road bike.
Something?
Learn how to make a full controlled turn both directions and learn those balancing techniques.
I could see you doing it. I could see you doing this on that Tiger that you had. Remember that Triumph Tiger?
To a point. To a point, it was an adventure touring bike, so it was designed to go over 100 miles an hour in any terrain, but not the lightest of animals. That one weighed in at about 500 pounds, and I wouldn't recommend it for competition's sake. But I took that off road a couple times.
I really wanted that bike. I missed it, and I know I missed it. And I just kick myself in the pants every time I think about it, man. But listen, man, I really appreciate you calling in and giving the people out there a little information about this event. It's in Lucerne Valley, and what's the title of this event? What do they call it?
It would be called Observed Trials.
Okay.
Because you have observers watching the rider go through the area and counting how many times he puts his foot down, if he does it all, depending upon the class and nature. They usually have a couple different paths for novice and for experts. And if you look it up, you can Google it, Observed Trials of Motorcycles.
Okay.
And they'll show you competitions and some of the extreme aspects of it as well, some inside arena type stuff they do, and absolutely amazing.
Dude, you know something? I'm going to look that up, and maybe you and I, if it's on even if it's on a Saturday, we can probably do a show from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's different clubs that have events, and the big major national events, they only come through once a year or whatever. But
okay.
But there's usually somebody who's got something going on out there.
Okay.
One aspect or another.
I think we'll do that. I'll look it up on Google, and then I'll get with you. I really appreciate you calling in, dude. This is our folks out there.
Welcome.
Huh?
Sorry, I dropped off.
No.
Not a problem, Joe.
Just trying to keep up with my
Take care
time.
of yourself, guys.
That's the Road Warrior, Chris. Thank you for calling in, dude. Talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Okay. Folks, right now, we're going to do something. For you guys out there in listing land, I take it that most of you guys are motorheads, okay? And when I was at Long Beach last weekend, I heard the roar of this one particular vehicle, okay? And I want to start something here. I'm not going to start trouble, but I want to start something. Listen to this roar. Jay, put in the Lambo. And you hear that, folks? And that was it? Okay. 4 seconds. That was an Aventador, folks, a 2015. Beautiful work of art. Okay. So I got inspired, and over the years, I've collected Enzos, and I've collected Ferraris. I'm talking the sounds of their exhaust systems, high-built performance automobiles. And you know something, folks out there? Why don't you do this for me? Get your best sound that you have. Maybe you might have something in your garage or in your driveway. Let me hear it. You know, copy it with your, record it with your cell phone or your smartphone, and turn it to a WAV file. And why don't you send that to me at jbritt, BRITT, .kcaa @gmail.com, and I'll put it on the air, and I'll put your name with it. Now, I took this from, the next one is from a Mustang that I own. Put that in, JP. Do it again. That's a 5.0 Mustang. It's a 91, okay? Looks like a piece of crap, but that rascal will run. Now, months ago, I remember telling you guys that I was looking for a donor car for my 450 SL Mercedes 73 that I was going to actually freak out and put the power plant from the 5.0 and the transmission inside that particular vehicle, which I have. So I got the car, and my buddies over there at J&K Auto Body, they do towing, and they have their lien sales and whatnot. I got the car from my buddy John. Nevertheless, when I brought it home, I fired it up, and I could not believe this car, what kind of power it has. Oh, it will run. So I'm having a little fun with it. Got it registered and whatnot, and I don't know. I like the little Fox body, a little 91 Fox body. Suspension is on point, has headers on it, has a airflow system on it, a Kohler airflow system, and that puppy will run. So I don't know. I might have to look for another motor and tranny, another 5.0 motor and tranny for that Mercedes of mine. So anyway, you folks, send me the exhaust systems, the sound. Okay, I like to put that on. You know what we're gonna do right now? Let's put on the interview that I had with since now that we're doing mufflers and exhaust system with Corsa, and they are a muffler manufacturer. Right.
Testing 1 2. We have good sound. I'm here with Corsa.
Corsa Performance, yes sir.
Corsa Performance, and these guys specialize in intake and exhaust. Now we're just talking with Brent, and he is the marketing manager. He's schooling me. But you know, he was saying, for instance, on the mufflers that they do the R&D on, they fine-tune the sound. And these guys are specializing in Corvettes. I guess you can call them the Corvette kings of mufflers. So we're going to interview Brent, and he's going to tell you, our great community out there in our listening land, about exactly what they do at Corsa. So, sir, how are you?
Good, great.
I'll sit next to you here.
Sure.
Grab a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, you know how we do it. It's just like two guys sitting in the garage without beer and just shooting the crap. And I'm happy to be with this guy. So he's going to give you some information on what exactly they do over there. So, sir, you're okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And your young lady over there?
Alex.
Alex, she's okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Let's rock and roll.
Great.
Mufflers for Corvette. What do you guys do over there?
Basically, Corsa Performance started in 1988, and we started as marine exhaust business, and we grew into an auto aftermarket business. In 1998, we launched our first exhaust systems to the marketplace, and we launched on I believe it was a C5 pace car at the Indianapolis Speedway, and we debuted our cutting-edge RC technology, which stands for reflective sound cancellation. And what that debuted was our ability to make an exhaust system incredibly aggressive acoustic note on the outside, but a drone-free driving experience, which is really hard to achieve on the inside. So over the course of many years, we basically became known as the guys that make unbelievable Corvette exhaust systems, but we've grown way beyond that.
So, Brent, I take it that you guys are not the kind of muffler people that are packing mufflers with all kind of fiberglass just to drone down the sound, huh?
No, we use our specific patented and proprietary technology, reflective sound cancellation. We now have 3 generations. We've been around, like I said, since 1988, so no different than you don't use a bag cell phone anymore. We have multiple ways of achieving these exhaust notes. But what we're able to do with our reflective sound cancellation technology is we can pinpoint and decide what frequencies we want to allow into the system. So in other words, a lot of frequencies caused drone are really low frequencies, and that's what gives you that booming sound inside of a car. We can take those out as well as specific other frequencies through our technology so that you don't experience that, but you get all that beautiful exhaust that your engine's naturally creating, and you hear all that on the outside. So when you step on it, the car absolutely screams. She rips, she's loud, it's beautiful, it's what you want. But when you're driving down the road and you and the lady are going for a 4-hour cruise and you don't want to hear that every minute because you want to listen to the radio, you guys are going, just having a nice drive. It's nice, it's easy, it's you can have a conversation no differently than I'm talking to you, Joe, and it's just that beautiful experience. So we strike that perfect balance, and we also do it, and we allow the consumer in a lot of cases to choose sound levels. So we offer a sport, which is kind of like a moderate sound level. We offer an extreme, which is starting to get track kind of style loud on some of our systems. But then you can pick that exhaust system for your car, and you get what we say we do, which is no drone and aggressive exhaust mode.
So you are telling me that I can pretty much pick and choose the sound level that I want in my particular car.
Yep.
If I wanted for it to rumble, I can get that. If I want a nice, clean, crisp sound, I can get that.
Yeah, to a degree. Obviously, if you take our sport system is less aggressive than our extreme system, and that'll knock those tones down a little further. Our extreme system is going to let a lot of it through. So anything that's not creating that drone, you're going to hear it. So it's going to give you that really loud, grunty, that true muscle car aggressive sound profile that people are used to. But that sports system knocks some of that back, so it's a little bit sweeter. It's not quite as aggressive, and it's not quite as extreme as our Lotta system. Yeah.
Listening to you sound like more piano tuners, man.
We employ acoustic engineers on our staff, literally to make the exhaust system sound the way that we want to. And we go to great lengths of testing. We understand the car in its stock form. We understand exactly what the raw engine notes of the car are because we straight pipe it. And we drive those cars on the road, and we map that acoustic sound profile under a number of different conditions. At the end of the day, your car doesn't sit in a lab, and that's not where you experience your car. You experience your car on the road like everybody else, for most of us. So putting it in a tuning facility, in a soundproof room and understanding that exhaust note, yeah, that's great and all, but what does it do when you drive it? And we're trying to be the experts in not only giving you that unbelievable sound profile on the outside, but that beautiful, almost stock levels of quiet experience on the inside that you want at times. So that's what we do, and we test an unbelievable duration to make that happen. Our C7 product that we launched last year was well over 1,000 hours of engineering time before that ever saw the marketplace. So we go to great lengths.
So you guys have a bunch of guys sitting and drawing up this. So where do you come up with the sound from? I don't understand it. What I understand is this. In cars, people have certain what they want to hear. You know, how do you guys? Grassroots? Are you connected with folks on the boots on the ground, and you're listening, and you're getting information from them, and then you go back and fine tune it?
To some degree. I mean, it's not exactly like that. I mean, since we've been around since '88, we kind of know what people are expecting to hear the majority of our market in those cars, and we know what they look to us to deliver. So we've got a lot of guys that have been on staff for over 10, 15, some of them closing in on 20 years. They've experienced everything from the first C4 to the C7 and everything in between. They've experienced, the early 2000 Mustangs to now, and they know what people tell us and what they want to hear from the car for the large majority. So we have a lot of guys with, I would guess, industry-trained ears from that perspective. And literally the entire company, the front office, when we produce a car, everybody hears that car at some point in time. So, we go on drive-alongs and we make sure we're happy with that product before it goes out, when it's in its final form. And then everybody listens to it, literally the exhaust note on the road. We do sound passes so that we all sign off and say, yeah, that's exactly as we want that car to sound. That came out, that's a Corsa sounding car. That sounds like what our customers expect us to deliver on a Subaru, on a Mustang, on a CTSV, on a Corvette. And that's just experience that we build up from, we go to trade shows all year long, and we go to car shows, and we hear the feedback from our customers, and we know what they're looking for from Corsa to deliver for them. And we have, a lot of our customers come back over and over and over and over every time they change out a car. I mean, we get cars in our shop all the time that have 20 miles on them. They just bought them at the dealership, they come to the shop, and we're like, what do you want? I need a new exhaust for my Silverado. You guys put my last one on. It's the first thing I'm going to do. Take it off. Last year, literally, we had an Avalanche came in. I think it had 17 miles on it. It had plastic on the seats. The guy ripped the thing off and he put this on. We do Corvettes all the time that have less than 1,000 miles on them. They're coming to the show that we're doing installs at because they're like, I had a Corsa on my C6. I have to have it on my C7. I don't care about the NPP system. I don't care. I have to have your exhaust system. And we build a very loyal base of customers by delivering exactly what we say we do, and we deliver on that promise. And if we don't launch that SKU. It doesn't go out the door until it delivers an aggressive exhaust note with no drone. Once it does that, and it's within the sound profile that we expect that vehicle, then it's approved. But it's months. I mean, when we start a project, it's usually 3 to 5 months before, from the moment we get that car in to the moment it hits, launch status. It's usually a 3 to 5 month project, and everything is customized to that vehicle. No two mufflers of ours are the same. You're not going to go in and see the same muffler every time. The insides change to achieve that acoustic profile, and that's what makes us so different than a lot of packed mufflers. We don't sell universal mufflers. We don't do that. We do customized exhaust systems for a vehicle, and we don't even sell just the muffler, because when you build an exhaust system, everything takes part in building that exhaust system and achieving that note. The length of the exhaust system, the dimensions, the sizes, the bends, all of that plays into the exhaust note that you hear outside the back of the car and also inside the car.
Hold on a minute. Brent, hold on a minute. Okay, you just told me that no two mufflers are the same.
Not from us.
Well, how can you be in production and have no two mufflers the same? For instance, I have a Corvette here and a Corvette there. They're going to sound different?
No, inside of model, a C6 mufflers will sound the same. But no, a C7 and a C6 will not have the same muffler.
Oh, okay. So whatever brand whatever car you have, they're all I got you. I got you. Well, that makes sense now. All right, you put me on the that makes sense. Because you had me way out in La La Land before.
Yeah, but like a Subaru is not the muffler that you see on that would not be the same muffler that you would see on even the Mitsubishi Evo that we launched, or a Volkswagen Golf, or an Audi A4. You might look at it and say, well, they're all turbo cars. Why aren't they the same? And the specs are about the same. The acoustic profile, the engine timing, the length of the car, all that changes. And what that means is all those parameters affect how we produce that exhaust note. And we, like I said, we go to great lengths to make sure that we deliver what our customers expect. That's why when you look at our catalog and our listing, we don't have cars before 1988, because it's everything we can do to just keep up with the new cars that are coming out. Because when you've got 3 to 5 on a real complex car, like we talked about the C7, where you got 1,000 hours of engineering time and R&D work and developing that, can't go backwards. It's everything we can do to just keep up with the new models coming out, This year alone, I mean, if you just look at what Ford's doing, right? I mean, you got the F-150s are all brand new, 3 different engines. You got the Mustangs are all brand new, 3 different engines. Just to keep up with the catalog and the offering we have is immense work and an immense challenge. And we keep adding engineering resources to do that. Because if we grow that line, that means the customers are coming back the next time it comes out, and we love that. But it's also the challenge we have because of the amount of resources and time and energy we invest in making that exhaust system exactly what we want it to be.
Here's a question for you.
It is all made in America too.
Say that again.
It's all made in America, produced right there in Berea, Ohio.
I love it. R&D's here.
R&D's here.
Manufacturing's here.
Manufacturers in Berea, Ohio. Made of stainless steel. A lot of it comes out of Canada, but North America.
My hat's off to you, man. When you can put a stamp USA on that, brother. Listen, folks, that means a lot. That USA stamp means a lot. It means American people are working. Okay, these guys are putting American people to work. So they're no joke. So I listen to a lot of guys here, and you know what they're doing. They're R&D here, and they ship off overseas getting stuff made. But these guys are no joke. They are American-made company. I'm going to go on the limb of this. They are wearing the red, white, and blue.
Yes, sir.
They're taking care of us first at home. And what city was that again?
Berea, Ohio, just a suburb of Cleveland.
And those guys need work out there too.
Yeah, we got, one of the great things we have is we've got a lot of guys, a lot of tradesmen that are very skilled in that area from the steel industry in those days. So American welders working at an American company, we bend it, we cut it, we design it, we engineer it, we make it all right there, and it goes out the door. And it's one of the things that we're extremely proud of. We got a little bit over 100 employees now at Corsa. It's grown quite a bit over the last few years, and we're proud to keep American people with American jobs working, in the beautiful city of Cleveland, and we have no reason to believe that won't continue for a long time.
That's beautiful. Tell me about this other brand you have, the air cleaners.
Yeah, so we a few years ago we bought Volant Performance out of. We're originally located in Rancho Cucamonga, California. We still have an R&D facility out there. We bought Volant because they have some, they do air intakes for a wide variety of vehicles. They specialize in the truck business. But they also have a relationship with Donaldson Air Filtration that a lot of people haven't heard of, but they're the guys that produce the blue PowerCore air filters that go in your big diesel rigs and everything else that lasts 150, 250, 300,000 miles. They produce cutting-edge military filtration. And that relationship and working with Volant, we thought that was very important because at the end of the day, when you're looking at air filter, what's the most important part of an air filter or an intake? The filter, because it keeps out the debris from getting in your engine. Mm-hmm. The Donaldson PowerCore, what's so unique about it, and it is only available through Volant, is that it filters out particulate finer particulate than all your cotton, most of your cotton gauze and your paper filter elements, but also flows freer. They have very, very specific technology that allows them to do that, and it's no maintenance, dry filter element, 150,000 miles. So basically, what I tell people is buy a Volant, or in some cases, we've got a new line of Corsair intakes that use the same filters. Put the filter in your car. You're probably going to sell your car before you touch your air filter.
How about that, folks? This guy is he cocky or what? or is he just backing up his product because he knows his product is American made and he knows what the product can do? So I wouldn't say he's cocky. I would just say he's very knowledgeable. And I'm going to go on a limb on this. You stand behind your product, huh?
Oh yeah, our exhaust systems are our lifetime warranty. Our air intakes are backed by a very robust warranty, and when you make a product here and you're confident in what you do, you can stand behind it, and there's pride in that, and we certainly do that with both brands and across the board with our products, and we're happy to do that for our customers. Without our customers, we're nobody. So,
you guys are American-made exhaust tuners. Tell the folks in my listening audience where they can see your product online and also hear the sound.
Yeah, absolutely. So depending on where you're located, we do sell around the world in different parts, but first place to visit, www.corsaperformance.com. Go to the website, check out the sound profiles. We try to put video up there for every vehicle, as many as we can. Unfortunately, we don't have all of them, but we've got a lot of them. There's also a dealer locator up there, so you can you can go to the dealer locator, type in your zip code, find out who's selling our products close to you, who can install them close to you. But we also sell through a lot of the big distributors too. So you can find Summit Racing, AutoAnything.com. We sell through Quadratech. We sell through Morris Jeep. We sell through a lot of guys out there. So if you go out on the internet and you Google Course Performance Exhaust and the specific vehicle you're looking for, again, mostly late model stuff. But if you Google for it, you'll find it. It's readily available at many locations throughout this country.
I want to thank you for giving me the time. But you know what? I've given you a little bit more time than I normally give the rest of the guys. And the reason is you're homegrown. And we take care of ours first in America. And it seems like you're doing that in Ohio. And where I am pleased as pink that you guys are doing that for the American workers and for the American families. So yeah, I gave you a little bit more time. Normally it's about 10 minutes, but we went over that. But I'm happy. I'm happy for you. All right, guys. You've had the last word. And I like the product. It's American made, and we have to go to another interview. Thank you very much, Brent.
Joe, thank you.
Your time. Folks, this is Joe Britt, Off Track, Gotcha Racing Live, and we'll see you in the studio.
And we're back in the hot seat. American, USA, that brand. I'm going to drill it. I'm going to drill it because I want to see that stamp made in USA on products. I want to see it. You know, I challenge you guys to get out there and look for the American stamp on any product. We need to bring that back home, okay? We need to bring the manufacturers back home. And if they don't want to come back home, then we tariff. We would tariff the heck out of you, man, because it needs to be done here on this soil. And I would push it until I am white in the face. And believe me, that's going to take a lot of effort on my part. But nevertheless, here we are. You with Joe Britt, Gotcha Racing Live on a Saturday afternoon. It's kind of gloomy out there, but nevertheless, we're going right through it. Race fans, I need your help, race fans. We at Gotcha Racing Live and GRTV, which stands for Gotcha Racing TV, want to get the streets clean and safe. We want to get you guys on the track and off the streets, okay? That's my goal, and I'm going to work my butt off to make that happen. We're trying to give some of these tracks so they can open up midweek, okay? Either an eighth of a mile track or a quarter of a mile track without that many restrictions, you know, and that's what scares everybody away, the costs and restrictions. Of course, there's going to be safety. You got to wear a helmet. Your vehicle has to be up to code, you know. You just can't bring a piece of garbage out there and think you're going to run on the track and your axle jumps off or gets off the car and it hurts yourself and a bunch of people. No, we don't want that. If you're going to come to the track, you're going to come legit, you know. And if you can abide by that, and the price of entry fee, then it's all good. On Saturdays, what we want to do here at the mall with Gotcha Racing is have a taco. I call it Taco Saturday. It's a car show. It's absolutely no racing. And we want to put some girls, of course. The girls got to be there, you know, the models. And it's all going to be sponsored. Right? We want you guys to come out and enjoy yourself. The summertime is coming up. It's going to be hot. And you want to come show off your ride, this is the place to be. Okay? Not only with Gotcha Racing Live, we're going to have our TV crew out there. So this stuff will be on cable and on TV. Because we're working out an agreement right now with Gotcha Racing TV and one of the companies to put it on TV, what we do this summer. Okay, we want to have a Burnout Contest, and that would be sponsored by Burnout Energy Drink. We're trying to do some good things here for you in the IE. Listen, I'm trying to do what I can for you guys, okay? I want to make this summer the most, I'd say the most bitchin' summer you can possibly have, okay? Okay, so let me get off my high horse and just say Gotcha Racing is coming to you live every Saturday at 4 o'clock. Check us out on the web, gotcharacing.com. Ask for your Gotcha Racing sticker for your car, your bike, or even your girl's hiney. We'll give it away free here at Gotcha Racing Live. You're listening to Gotcha Racing Live, and you're Joe Britt. You know, I'm Joe Britt, your host, and we will see you next week, same time, same place, same station. Be safe. Take care. God bless.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Hey, thanks for joining us for another My Awesome Empire. This week, we're dabbling in culture. Sharon and Christopher Dice both grew up in Jamaica, where they fell in love with the flavors and the music and each other. After migrating to Colton, they were determined to share the Jamaican culture with the Inland Empire. Today, they're the owners of what many consider to be the finest Jamaican restaurant in Southern California. We visit Island Breeze later in our show. But first, we meet Katey Porter. She's the executive director of a unique center that helps kids write, writers write, and teachers teach writing. Every day, they're also helping journalists, poets, novelists, online writers, ghostwriters, playwriters, and copywriters tell the stories of the Inland Empire.